Do you know what happens when a lowland gorilla stand-up comedian, a functioning alcoholic impressionist, and geeky tech nerd pro wrestler get together? You get the Conte and Kenny Show. And AIDS, probably.
Monday nights, the clock strikes 7. Conte and Kenny, humor's heaven. On 100 proof, YouTube's delight. Tune in, we promise it's pure delight. Laughing out loud, so mellow and bright. Conte and Kenny, comedy's bite. Every Monday, come and play. Join us for laughs, end your day. Eastern time, the fun begins. Jokes and stories will make you grin. A perfect blend, pure comedic art. Conte and Kenny, they steal your heart. So click and watch the chuckles flow. Conte and Kenny, friends in tow. Sip some laughs on 100 proof. Comedy magic under your roof. Laughing out loud, so mellow and bright. Conte and Kenny, comedy's bite. Every Monday, come and play. Join us for laughs, end your day. Eastern time, the fun begins. Jokes and stories will make you grin. A perfect blend, comedic art. Conte and Kenny, they steal your heart. So click and watch the chuckles flow. Conte and Kenny, friends in tow. Sip some laughs on 100 proof. Comedy magic under your roof. Remember the time, don't miss the show. With Conte and Kenny, the giggles glow. Find the channel, don't delay. 100 proof podcasting, your Monday ballet.
And don't forget me, Joey Image.
The vision is renewed. The power is reawakened. The fear is reborn. Because they have returned. Because they have returned.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Conte and Kenny Show, also known as Arrogance and Alcoholism with a side of spandex. We are here live every Monday night at 7 on the 100 Proof Podcasting YouTube channel. And if you watch it on YouTube, please give the episode a like, a thumbs up, whatever the hell you want to call it. And if you'd like, if you want to subscribe to the network, please do that and click the notification bell so you can find out when all the shows are on. You won't miss one, like the Replayables, Killing with the Ables, us, and maybe even another one. I'm going to see. I might be inquiring about putting another show on here. What's going on, fellas?
We also hard donations in any kind of real estate.
What's that?
And you're gonna see 130 tax exemption. We also get we take cars and any kind of real estate or boats or any kind of
7 Kenny for kids.
Yes, and you get a C-130 tax credit and a vacation voucher.
Yes,
if
exactly.
If you hit like on the Conte and Kenny button,
right?
Well,
anyway,
you like it.
If you're watching, and even if you're live or not, I am Joe Conte down in the left-hand corner over here. My link tree to all my social media. I post content daily. In the center is my pal Kenny Michaels with nothing underneath him because he's got nothing going on. And of course, to the right is our resident ex-professional wrestler, Joey Image. Oh, yeah. And his link tree is real Joey Image. And my link tree is Joe Conte.
Underneath Kenny should just be like, I don't know, phonebook.com or some shit.
Yes, but Benson has 365.
Completely useless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hello, operator, please.
Yeah, Echo Valley 36809.
Sasquatch 382.
That would be funny.
307.
Yeah. Like, find an old phone number, Shawnee. Just look it up. Like, this is before my time. I do not remember names, and then just put it under there. Like,
I don't know. I'm just making up stuff.
Well, if Echo Valley 26809 is a song by the Partridge Family. So put that.
Yeah.
Echo
Hold on a
Valley
second.
dash 26809.
We should buy the website. Kenny.
I have a real quick one.
Yeah.
Operator, can I get in touch with my dad? Okay, what's your dad's number? 1. Jesus. If he was an
Actually,
emergency,
it'd probably be 0 if we talk about your dad. He wasn't going to let you call.
No. You know what? If it was, it'd be like, what's your dad's number? And you go, and he goes, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
That'd be God. Yeah, that'd be God. See what we did there?
That would be it.
That was a work. That was a work in religion and
Telephone?
phonism. Phone bill. Yeah,
Phonism.
that was pretty good.
Yeah, telephone.
Phonism.
I was thinking Marconiism, but he was the radio. Bellism.
Right. Yeah. Bellism.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Bellism.
But if God is God number 1, God couldn't be 0. Is God 1 or is God all of them? He's all of them.
Oh,
I think he's Alpha and
Yes,
Omega.
right? He would be everything.
Yeah.
I guess so.
They'd be
Anyway,
like, God, what's your phone number? And he goes, who gives a shit? None of your fucking business.
And if you are watching, but if you're listening, you can leave us a voicemail. You can call us at 572-888-6116.
Yeah, why not some voicemails?
Yeah, some voicemails. Some people call. And then if you're in the chat room, if you want to burn some extra money, we do the super chats. So it's a way to support the show, and you can do like $2 or up to
Extra money. That's like, that's what our listeners have. Sure.
extra money to burn. Yes.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
and then your stuff will go right on the screen, so we
My
don't
job gave me
miss.
$1,000 this week. It's about $400 more than I need. I got some extra.
Yeah, I got extra
Yeah,
cash for sure.
After the Lambos paid off for the month.
Yeah,
I got extra.
It's so
You know,
funny. I'm
I
looking
saw-
at
I
it
s-
now, and doesn't look like the Coca-Cola and the burger are for Kenny because it's next. It's in
Yeah.
between. You know what I mean? The soda's there and the
Of course
burger's
it
there.
is.
The burger could be mine, but I'm not. I don't have anything else on the other
No,
side of me.
I think it's done on purpose. I think
Okay.
Shoney's doing it on purpose.
think
To
Shoney
be
feed it
fair, when I
Okay.
saw Kenny before you guys hopped on today, I saw him wiping his mouth, and I actually thought he was going to try to eat the burger.
That's Shoney,
I
our
was-
producer, of course. Smart ass.
I was
19.
I was actually snacking because
Because
I don't need dinner till later. I don't eat dinner till after the show. So I ate this morning, and then I get hungry, so I snack. I call Shawnee basically first, just most of the time recently, because I want to make sure that I'm connected. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I try to get on as early as possible. So I sit here and Shawnee just watches me stuff my fat face with snacks. So now I got a soda. Now I got a soda and a burger. Anyways, hey, well, new times are coming. New times are coming. We'll get to it later on with my doctors. Nothing's
Yeah.
wrong. I'm just getting new
Yeah.
doctors. Yeah, just getting new doctors. We'll get to that. But
No, nobody's worried.
um,
You're good. You're good.
no, I'm not worried at all. No, I'm not worried at all.
No, Kenny doesn't worry.
Conte and Kenny, they
No,
steal your
I'm the
heart.
one thing.
Yes.
That's the one
So
thing
this-
that doesn't happen is that I don't worry. I never worry.
Canadian bacon back in the house. We got Patty, we got Erica, Aku.
There we go.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, I'm not
Canadian
even in
bacon.
there
Yeah. But so let's get into a couple of things here. I definitely first of all, I am not going to be here next week. Me and the wife are going on vacation. We're going to the same place we went to last year, Joost Van Dyke in the
yet.
British Virgin
Van
Islands.
Dyke Island.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we trip
Van
over
Dyke Island.
we trip over ottomans. That's what you do the whole time when you're there. You just trip
Van
over
Dyke
ottomans
Island?
at the Dick Van Dyke fucking island. Yeah, there's
Island.
just ottomans everywhere, and you're just constantly tripping over them. It's so stupid. So dumb.
That's a good one.
But now,
But funny.
That's a good one.
here's the interesting thing. And it's a very small island. A guy named Kenny Chesney wrote a song that kind of brought notoriety to the island. It's only 300 people live on this island. One fucking cop, no hospital. Like it's a fucking getaway, like a true getaway. But you have to fly into, I think it's St. Thomas, and then you have to take a ferry to St. John's Island or something, and then you have to take another boat to the island, like a smaller boat to the island. But when we were on one of either the ferry or the boat, I don't remember, but the guy who was running it goes, "Hey," and this was last year, and this was the first time. He goes, "Hey, that's Epstein Island right there." And there was like 8 or 10 people on the boat. And I so bad wanted to be like, "Hey, man, I haven't been there in a while." But I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that fucking joke. I'm not going to do the joke. I don't know these other people.
Do they still have Lobster Thursdays? I haven't been there in a while.
Yeah. We like our lobsters young. Yeah, it was
Joe,
very...
didn't you meet? Joe, didn't you meet like locals when you guys were there last time? Like some people from Pennsylvania or something like that?
Oh, yeah. We were staying next to a couple, and they live right in Pennsylvania. They're about 2 hours from us.
That's cool. Yeah,
and we ended up palling around with them half the time. And he drove. And you have to understand, this island, if you Google, it's Jost, Jost, and you look at the roads. First of all, you drive on the left side of the road. But these roads, they are like just on a hill. You're just like going. It's a little frightening if you're not used to driving it, because you'll be driving and there's like a fucking cliff right on the side of you. You have to be very fucking, it's a little freaky, to be honest. But it's great.
He has to stop in the middle of the road because the goats are like, "I'm walking here. I'm walking here." fucking horn goats. You know what'd be funny though? On Epstein Island, they have like veal parmesan Tuesdays.
Right. Baby lamb chops.
Oh, baby back ribs.
Yeah.
Oh, baby back ribs.
Yeah, we could just make all the young jokes about food that you want. I mean, it's actually kind of sick and very sad.
Baby spinach
that all
dip.
these fucking young girls got brought there thinking that it was going to help their careers, and they end up having to fucking suck all these fucking scumbag politicians' dicks. And now they're all exonerated. There is no list. There's nothing. Just nothing. Nope.
Diddy gone. Everything's destroyed. P. Diddy gets off. He's gone. He's good. You saw that?
Yeah. I heard. Oh, he got like some slap on the wrist or something.
2 charges. Yeah, 2 out of 5 charges.
What was one of them? Jaywalking? What the fuck?
No, they were both the same thing. They were both driving a girl for reasons of prostitution over state lines. 2 charges. Lines. One into whatever state and one into another. That's it. Everything else, the major ones, he got not.
Do you know what that is?
Akusa's never-ending McDonald's chicken nuggets. Funny.
Yeah, the Happy Meals. Yeah. Diddy. They told him. They go, "Listen, we understand that you got a lot of shit on a lot of people. There's a lot of big people that want you to get rid of that shit. We're gonna hold you here until you make sure all of that shit is handed over." Or destroyed, probably handed over at some point. Had to hand it over. So the powers that be, getting destroyed. And then they go, "Now walk away." Now you walk away. Now he's exonerated. The whole thing. The Clintons are fine. The DiCaprio is fine. Ashton Kutcher. All of those people, Beyonce, Jay-Z, all those ones that are in the butter parties that they had are all just fine now. Yeah. And Epstein is still alive. Trust me. He's still on that island.
There's 6,000 gallons missing from every Walmart in the country of fucking baby oil.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amazon's like, we're having a sale.
My Quaker steak goes up $1.50 a gallon for my oil change, and Diddy over here shining like a fucking star in a bright moonlight.
Quaker steak.
You can't refer to Diddy as with the word shine. Okay.
No,
he was glistening. Like a fucking.
True.
Yeah.
You guys didn't get that, did you?
No, I did.
Didn't.
Yeah.
No, we got it. I got it.
I didn't hear Kenny say him. Yeah. Oh, Canadian bacon. Of $5 super chat.
$2.50 super chat.
He didn't even say anything.
It just popped up now.
Yeah.
$2.50
anyway,
super chat.
So
Thanks, buddy.
my wife asked the question because everybody now is everybody's a sex trafficker. Like they throw the P file. I don't want to say the word. It might get whatever. Everybody loves to
Make sure
throw
you
these
finish with
words
file.
around.
You
What?
said throw
P-file?
P, and I'm like,
I don't even know what that
party
means.
is this?
Like instead of P file. Whatever. Pederast.
Pedophile.
We can say pederast. That's an old word.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was
So-
thinking of like FILE, like someone has a computer file full of.
Oh
P.
no. And my wife made
I
an
just heard-
interesting point.
I just heard him say somebody throws P, and I'm like, what are you?
Oh, yeah.
in
I meant
jail?
throw the
Kinda
word
party
around.
settle.
Right. We love to throw that word around now as Americans. It's great.
Throw
Anybody you
P
don't
around.
like is a pederast, But here's an interesting thing that my wife asked. She goes, "Well, are pimps?" Because everybody's a sex trafficker. This is the new thing. This guy's a sex trafficker.
Yeah.
Are pimps sex
Oh.
traffickers? And
Well,
we were
yeah, I
like,
guess.
I don't know, but I think so, right, Kenny? Are pimps sex traffickers?
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
They're providers.
especially more now these days, because what they do is they find these girls online, and the pimp might be from Baltimore, and he goes finds this 16, 17, 18-year-old runaway online, says I'll take care of everything, DMs her, so I'll take care of everything, goes swings down there, goes picks her up, brings her back down to Baltimore, brings her up to Baltimore, and away they go. She's gone for 6 years. Bring her to Vegas, bring her to Tahoe, bring her to other parts like the documentary
Abu
on
Dhabi.
Bunny Ranch is coming out. Abu Dhabi, sex trade, just like the movie Taken. You know what I mean?
So there
A pimp. If a pimp goes over to George Washington Bridge from New York to Fort Lee and gets a girl and goes back into the Bronx, which is probably about a 15-minute ride with no
Yeah.
traffic,
Right.
he's
round
a-
trip. Yeah.
sex trafficker.
Okay,
You know
so
what I
here's
mean?
my question.
It's-
And my wife made an interesting point. She goes,
If you get roadhead, that's sex during traffic. Is that the same thing?
"It's stupid."
That was a great one.
That's stupid.
It's not that bad. It's stupid, but it's bad.
It's bad,
Not
but
that-
it's chuckle worthy bad. Chuckle worthy bad.
He did his. He tried. And,
Yeah, it was kind of funny. It's so bad, it's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my wife made a funny point. She goes, if all these sex traffickers dressed like pimps the way they used to, they'd be a lot easier to catch.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
there's no blending in with the crowd when it came to pimps back in the day.
Yeah,
Like,
right. The
they
big
let
feather hat
everybody
and shit.
know I'm the pimp. I'm the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to dress in all this crazy costumes and the crazy colors and all that shit.
There's fish bowls in his heels. With 7-foot heels with fish in them.
Yeah, fish balls in them. Yeah. He's just coming back from Studio 54.
Yeah.
It's,
Well, back in before Malcolm X and Red Fox hung out, they would hang out, and it was a zoot suit. It was the big shoulders
yeah.
with the long,
yeah.
long thing, and the chain wallet.
Yeah,
the
zoot
coat
suits.
or whatever.
right.
And that was the pimp outfit. If you could afford a zoot suit in Harlem, you were somebody. You were either
And it
running
always had to
numbers,
be a loud
running
color.
booze.
Always had
Oh,
to be
yeah,
a
yeah.
loud color.
As soon as Joe said
Yeah,
that,
well-
I thought of orange or purple.
Yes, I think
bright-
purple. When I think of a
I
pimp
went
color, I think purple.
Yeah.
I went yellow in my mind. My mind was yellow.
Yellow. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
Orange, yellow, and purple, kind of a mix would be like the
Yeah.
perfect cartoonish.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
Costume.
Pimp. It'd be
Pimp
perfect.
Halloween costume.
Orange, yellow, and purple. It's just bad, especially in the 80s. Like those were the colors, like 80s was so colorful with the clothes, and everybody wore shoulder
Yeah.
pads.
Yeah, we saw
know?
you in one of those shirts last week.
Yeah, exactly. But like with the girls wearing the shoulder pads and all of this shit. Yeah. So a pimp in the 80s is the quintessential colorful sex trafficker.
That
That's
looks like Bill
exactly what it is.
Belichick. Bill Belichick at his girlfriend's rave party for
Yeah, he looks like a little pissed off because it's 9:30 and he wants to go to sleep. His girlfriend's rave
Yeah.
party.
yeah.
That's funny. All right, let me see if I can continue it. Take it off, Shawnee. Let me see. That's so funny.
Oh shit, that's funny.
Oh,
It's
man.
9:30. They haven't even brought the salad out yet.
Yeah.
He's like, "Fuck."
He's like, come on, I've been up since 3:45 this morning. All
Yeah.
right. I was jogging on the
He's like,
treadmill.
son of a bitch. He's like, I've been sliding to the left and sliding to the right for 2 hours now. I want to go home. I got to make a good BM, and I want to go to sleep. I got to work in the morning.
I want to make a good PM. It's funny. Holy shit. But yeah, so we're going again to Joe's Van Dyke. Great getaway. There's the place that we're at. There's a bar right there, and they make food anytime. There's no chain restaurants. There's no hotels. There's nothing. There's just just little bungalows where you can hang, and there's restaurants, but they're all like little mom and pop restaurants and all that shit.
Yeah, sure. Here's the thing: a pimp on Jack's Burks and Caicos. Where are you going? What's it called?
Jost Van Dyke.
Jost Van Dyke.
It's a British Virgin Islands. British Virgin.
Yeah. Okay. So there's like 300 people that live on there, but there is one pimp. And as you're driving up the mountain or walking mountain, he goes, "Do you like that goat?"
Dude,
Like
there's goats right on the beach. Little baby goats running around the beach.
The classic line is, when you bang a goat, you push him to the edge of the cliff. So they push back better.
They'll push back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so they push
that's
back.
another Carlin line.
You're like, yeah. Bobby Connolly does it also. Yeah. You like that?
Yeah.
Do you like that goat? Do you like that goat? Your wife, jeez. Your wife is going scuba diving. You have free time. Well, she's out there fucking spearfishing lobsters. You're banging Gypsy the goat
exactly.
in a wheat field.
Yeah. This one's got a yellow bandana around her neck. It's like, oh, you're looking cute. Come on, there, Goatsy. But yeah, so it's gonna be be fun.
That pimp looks like somebody's like an island refugee. Like he has shattered pants. Like he looks like the Incredible Hulk pants. Like those shorts, like cut off shorts.
Purple. They're
shirt,
purple.
no sleeves.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect
Shirt,
purple
no sleeves.
pimp pants.
Yeah.
Perfect purple
Yeah,
pimp
And
pants.
you like,
Purple pimp.
yeah,
pants.
it could be purple. Yeah, but you see him, and you're like, there's no possible way this guy even has a wallet on him. But he's a pimp.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Joe, how long you guys going for?
Just Saturday to Saturday. It's
Okay, cool.
and listen, me personally, I'm one of those vacation people where 5 days for me and I'm good. I'm like, I'm ready to come home on my
4 or
6th
5,
day. Yep.
Yeah.
Plus I miss the dog, and plus I just I don't know, I like it. But it's gonna be nice.
Are you staying the same place you guys stayed last time, or are you doing?
Different bungalow, but the same thing. And you walk off of your little deck and you're on the beach, and you walk about 40, 50 feet, maybe from home to first, 90 feet, and you're right in the water.
Didn't you say last time it was like super cheap too, or super not cheap, but like inexpensive?
It's inexpensive. See, the reason why it's inexpensive is only because
you're in the Natty Holloway suite.
You have to no, that's Aruba. But the problem is that there's no real, you can't really make your own food. I mean, you can, but you end up like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you end up buying, you just end up buying all the food. So it ends up being about the same, but it's still much cheaper. I think we paid like $1,500 for like the whole week.
Yeah, I remember you saying something like that, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I gotta tell my wife.
Bev screaming at Joe from the shoreline as Joe's scuba diving. Joe, you've been in there 3 hours. You have to come. You're getting all swollen and crinkly. He goes, I'm just getting chow, ma. Don't worry, Bev. I'll be back in. I'm just getting some mullocks and sea urchins.
The only part of that
you
whole
ever have
thing
one of
would
these?
be me scuba diving. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, you're fucking digging for mussels.
Yeah, exactly.
For lunch.
But so I don't know if Kenny might be working on Monday, but if if Kenny's not working and you guys want to do a show, see if somebody wants to sit in. I mean, whether it's see who wants to. If not, see if Abel's is around. I can text Chris.
Yeah, I have to. I have to.
When will
see
you know by? Like Saturday or Sunday or something, or maybe that day?
No, I will know. I will know Monday by 2:00.
Yeah,
because we're going into 10.
He won't know until day of.
Yeah,
I have to check this out. I don't know if anybody else is familiar with this. I'm not, but there's a guy who's in a band or something like that. But he's like a famous dude, and he's doing his solo stuff, I guess.
Right.
And he had to come up with a name of his band, and it's BILMURRI.
Oh,
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray. I don't know what it is. All the guys that I work with are excited about it. It's some kind of like I don't even know if it's a variety show, but he does like
nothing about
rock and roll. I guess I know nothing about it, but these guys are like, oh, this is gonna be cool.
So the name is just for publicity. So when
he
people
said
say,
he had
"I'm
to come
going
up
to see
with a
Bill Murray,"
name right away, and he was just like he loves Bill Murray, so he just spelled it differently, and that's his solo project or something. So I have no idea, but that's Monday, so I won't.
So you don't even know.
I don't know
who is the person. Maybe somebody who might be like a well-known guy who's got his own.
That's from what now these mutants that I work with, they like real heavy shit. You know what I mean?
Never heard of this.
They're into like real heavy shit. So I have no idea. What
Dude, his I didn't say anything to you, Siri. Cancel. Siri, cancel.
Yeah.
Siri, nothing. No, nothing.
Bill Murray, Johnny Frank.
Thing. Yeah, that's something I never.
Johnny Frank, also known as Bill Murray, is an American singer-songwriter.
He was in a band called Attack Attack. I've never heard of them.
I've heard of Attack Attack. Guys of Attack Attack.
Definitely not a famous guy.
They're part of the band. 2000 formed.
I gotta get a
brownie. Called March Ahead. Okay, so this is like they love this guy. They're like they can't wait for it. You know what I mean?
I never heard of this guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's clever. It's clever that it's Bill Murray. He might even say it like Bill Murray. Bill Murray, like not saying Bill Murray, but Bill Murray.
Yeah, like one
make
word.
It sound a little different.
Yeah, so that's where I'll be.
That's cool.
But if it's split shift, I can do the show. I won't.
Well, then, so maybe by if you see if somebody wants to do it, if not, you guys just bail. The world will continue.
Yeah, I'm okay taking a week off.
Yep. So before we get into a couple of things, because Kenny's doing some stuff with his doctors, or doing stuff with doctors finally, because he's not a doctor guy. Speaking of,
I'm not a sick guy either. I'm not a sick guy either.
No, you're just getting your checkups, which you never do.
Which I never do,
yeah. Getting yourself, whatever, getting yourself in, getting everything in order, as they say.
Not because anything's wrong, it's because I don't want to have anything. I don't want anything, or something does go wrong.
Nothing wrong with going to the doctor and making sure everything's good. So speaking of, when I was at my therapist, like I go to my therapist now, like every 2 weeks, it's just a fun thing. I don't need to go really, but it's just nice to have some, and I've known this guy, like I went to him back in like 2004 for like 2 years. And then I reconnected with him back in 2018. And he's like really cool. And, we have great conversations. He loves comedy, sometimes he's funny, so whatever. But I was saying something and I made up a word in mid-sentence and I didn't realize it. I was saying that whatever I was talking about, I felt like I was like a little bit of a victim in whatever I was talking about, but it wasn't like a bad thing, whatever. And I go, I felt kind of victimy. And then I swear I waited like 3 seconds and I went, I think I just made up a word. And he goes, I think you're right, but I really like it. I'm like, you're a fucking psychotherapist. Of course you like victimy. That's what every fucking person that comes to you thinks there's a victim. You know what I mean? Of course you love that shit. So I just thought it was funny. I made up a word.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I'm feeling a little psycho-y. I made up victimy.
Yeah.
Murdery.
A little crazy.
Murder. I feel a little murdericious. A little murdericious.
I've heard murdery before.
Murdery, right?
Yeah. Goddamn, they were good.
Yeah.
I've heard murdery
Murdericious
before. Yeah.
little.
I'm feeling Bill Murray. Bill Murray. But you know what? Let's talk about this real quick because this is more topical and we're not going to talk about it again. Ozzy had his last concert, right? And they keep saying this is Ozzy's last concert with Black Sabbath. And every time, like, because Beverly was actually showing me, she doesn't really like, and she was showing and she thought it was really cool. But I'm sitting there going, it's not with Black Sabbath. Black Sabbath was not there. It was Zach Wilde. It was his band.
No, Sabbath was there. 4 original members were there.
Yeah, they were all there.
Ozzy played like his solo stuff, and then later Sabbath played. The original lineup Sabbath played.
So Sabbath came in afterwards.
Yeah, they were the main event.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was just Ozzy. Because when I saw it started, I'm like, oh,
going to die.
Well,
Ozzy's dying.
He's done.
A lot of people are going to die.
And he said, I think his quote was, I can't do this anymore. He goes, I don't want to die in a hotel. But you know what?
Yeah, hey, listen, he wants to be on stage as much as possible. Just so it can happen there.
Yeah, he doesn't know anything else. You know what I mean? He's like a baseball player.
Yeah, exactly.
You're born into it. You know?
Yeah, hey, if I could live in a ring, I would.
Yeah, I mean,
if they said, hey, if they said, we'll get the band together and we'll play in the backyard, your backyard, he would be like, fuck yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He would do it. But he just, the travel and the this and that, you know, he's going to lay out the rest of his years. And
yeah, they were definitely there.
There was a lot.
Him, Tony Iommi, Bill Ward, and I forget now. Jesus Christmas. And the guy.
Oh, Geezer Butler?
Yes. Jesus, how did I forget Geezer Butler? Yeah, they were there, though.
That's why I didn't notice it.
Yeah, I mean, they had a shit ton of people playing before him. Not even just Metallica.
Oh, God. Wasn't there like 12-something bands? 12 or 13 bands.
I just saw when Ozzy came out, like they wheeled him out on the chair. You know?
There were clips online, but the entire show was live streamed for $30, so I didn't get it. But there were people. Not. So the what do you call it? The not the set list, but like the order of bands or whatever, that list, the schedule that was released or leaked online or whatever like that, like Thursday, Friday, something like that.
Right.
And the thing. So it was a whole list of band names, and then it said, the top of it said Doors, 11 a.m. And there are some morons. I made a joke, and people were like, "Oh, the Doors are going to be there at 11 o'clock."
Oh no, they were like serious, like, where's Jim Morrison? He's taking a flight. Well, he's taking a red eye from taking a red eye from France to get over there in time. Like, the
remainder of the band, whoever's still alive now, still plays as the Doors. They're called like the Doors of the 21st Century or something, and they just do old. I mean, it's their stuff. It's the original guys, but they weren't on this bill.
Doors at 11, right. Doors at 11, Metallica at 12:30, Pantera at.
The band listed had like 18 or 8 minutes or some shit. It was. I don't know if I don't know if the times were correct, but supposedly the order of.
So they only did like 2 or 3 songs and we're done.
Yeah. And they had a couple of compilations where the guys came up.
It had to be more than that because if you go to their website, you can watch the video on demand, and it says the full 10-hour event. So. What the
10 hours?
Yeah. That's crazy.
I watched. They had
people at the front of the stage stood there for 10 hours just pissing and shitting themselves.
God, I didn't watch nearly 10 hours of it, but I watched a lot of it, and there was a lot of backstage stuff with Metallica.
Where'd you see it?
Guys from Rage Against the Machine. No. I was just flipping around. It went from TikTok or Instagram to YouTube.
Oh yeah, there were people showing clips and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I wanted to watch the whole thing, but
when people looked at the lineup, they're like, "Oh, the Doors are at 11, and then Beers are at 7:50." Wow, I can't wait to see the Beers. I've been dying to see them live.
So the Beers were $7.50.
Yeah,
that's what they are.
Oh man, the pretzels are here. They're playing at $8.50.
I can't wait. I hope the original.
Is it all the original?
Yeah,
the original members of the Pretzels.
Hopefully they got the original Mustard drummer.
Yeah.
Yo, so all right. So Metallica played Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Tool, Pantera, Gojira, Hellstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and Rival Sons. I don't know who Rival Sons are, although it does sound familiar. And then they did like random, like a couple of spots were like super groups. So they just took guys from each band,
Yes.
like one or two guys. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Doing
Joey, can you read that off one more time? Read that lineup off one more time.
Yeah, Back to the Beginning will feature sets from Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Slayer, Tool, Pantera, Gojira, Hailstorm, Alice in Chains, Lamb of God, Anthrax, Mastodon, and Rival Sons.
That's a fucking sick
That's
lineup,
pretty heavy
man.
lineup. Yeah.
Oh,
They were all
they're also. So I guess they only did one supergroup thing. The all-day event will also feature a supergroup of musicians. Artists announced so far are Billy Corgan, who cares about him? Dave Draymond, Duff McKagan, Slash, Frank Bello from Anthrax, Fred Durst, Jake Lee, KK Down. Oh shit, KK Down, I know that. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm, Mike Borden from Faith No More, blah blah blah. Sammy Hagar was there. That's cool.
Yeah.
Zach Wilde.
That's what I'm saying. The bit that I saw, it was Ozzy, but he was doing his solo stuff, and it was with Zach Wilde. So I'm like, it's his band. So I guess he did a couple songs.
He did two separate sets.
Okay.
Yeah, and they just they raised him up like the Emperor in Star Wars through the floor. But this is
like
it for him. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tell you honestly,
nice way to go out.
I'm the Prince of fucking darkness.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a nice way to go out. And I was always I knew Sabbath songs because I grew up on Metallica and all that, Guns N' Roses and Pantera, Slayer.
And all those bands grew up on Sabbath.
Yeah.
My brothers, my stepbrother and my sister and all of their friends, my brother-in-law to this day, they grew up on that stuff. So I was around it. They all were playing in guitar band. They were all playing in bands. I was hiding liquor for them, smoking cigarettes when I was too young, but I wanted to be like them. You know what I mean? I was a young kid, and so I knew the music, but I didn't until later on actually discover how influential, and how much I really like the person Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
Because I watch one of the shows that I watch all the time is Jack Osbourne. He does a show. It says, do the Osbournes believe?
Yeah.
Or the Osbournes believe it or not?
I remember that.
And
Yeah.
We believe. They sit on the couch and just watch paranormal videos.
Yeah.
And comment on them. You know what I mean? And Ozzy's fucking hilarious. He's smart. He knows shit. And just to get to know him over the TV or whatever, over the years, you're like, all right, I really like this dude. And he's like, I'm the fucking Prince of Darkness. Why is there bubbles? Why is there bubbles in my concert?
The Prince of fucking Darkness.
Yeah. But so you get to like him more. And of course, one of my favorite Sabbath songs is Sweet Leaf. And but you've got so many different tunes that were so innovative and
doesn't Bill McClintock do a Sweet Leaf mashup?
Oh yeah. He does
right? I thought it was in there somewhere.
Yeah. He also does a Snowblind mashup with I always feel like somebody's watching me. So think about it. It goes together, but it's also the fact that they're both coke and the other one is about being paranoid. So it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you check it out, it's pretty cool. Well,
I want to see the whole. I want to see the whole event. I haven't. I'm not paying $30 for it. I need to find someone that's got access to the VOD. They can give me their login or whatever.
You said that like it was $300. It's $30, and you can watch it from your fucking couch in your fucking underwear, and you're like, I'm not paying $30 for that. Do you realize how spoiled we become? It's hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I paid $100 for 3 bands, and this is what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 bands for $30, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I just paid $100 for Priest tickets in September.
Yeah, and you're going to see them.
Yeah. I have to leave the house.
This was in your house,
and I've seen them. I've seen them 16 times already.
They just did a thing on. They did a thing on Instagram. They did War Pigs.
Who,
And
Priest?
Halford's got a big gray beard. Yeah, Halford's got a big gray beard.
Where did they do that? I
don't know.
I saw a clip of that, and I saw him posting like, "Thank you so much, Ozzy," and blah blah blah. But I didn't watch the video. But was that because they weren't on this Ozzy show? So was that
No.
Of their own?
Yeah,
I wonder
guess
if they just did that at one of their own shows, just like in honor of him or whatever.
no. It looked like they were in a closed set. It looked like almost like a video shoot. And
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it sounded great. He's still got some pipes. He's getting up there too now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's got to be in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
But,
who Halford?
Rob Halford.
Halford,
Yeah, because was it 74 was their first album? So
No,
even
I want to say 70, 71 because they got together in 69.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, that was 55 years ago. So even if they were 20 when they got together, he would be 75.
I should know this too. He's like my favorite fucking guy in the world.
Yeah. It's fucking
He's
awesome.
funny. Did you ever? I don't know if we talked about this before, but did you guys ever see the video? He's 73. He'll be 74 in August.
Okay.
You guys ever see the video? And I don't know what the name of the YouTube channel is, but there's a guy that, like he interviews people or whatever. But his whole premise is not like I'm just going to sit and ask Kenny a bunch of questions and he can answer. It's I'm going to get these really old pictures from the internet and he prints them out and he hands them to you without telling you like what's in what what the picture going to be of, and you look at them and you just tell them the story of the picture. So this guy did one with Halford, and Halford is going through these pictures, and he comes to one where they're doing Hellbent for Leather on stage, and every time they do Hellbent for Leather, he puts all the leather gear on, like all of it, with the leather chaps, and he's on the bike and everything, and he turns to this picture, and then he turns to the camera and he shows it. I guess you can't see that. He shows it, and he's like, "You mean to tell me people saw this? Yeah, you mean to tell me people saw this and had no idea that I'm a fucking gay man?" It's the funniest thing. And he's like, "Did the people not listen to the lyrics? Like some of these lyrics, they've got gay lyrics hidden in them. Some people don't listen."
Yeah,
it's so funny.
That's great. Yeah,
hilarious.
Because listen, when I was listening to Priest, I was 14, 15. So we weren't thinking about, like, we would call each other gay and shit, but we were just saying it like not in a homosexual way.
It meant like you're an idiot.
And like, it was stupid.
In a joking way too. Yeah, it was
So that's why we never. So it was like we were just listening to it. We were just listening and just sitting there going, "That's Rob Halford, man, metal." We're just like, And then when you got into
meanwhile, he's blowing a guy in the back fucking backstage.
Yeah, I got into my mid-20s, and all of a sudden, like the wheels start turning because you're like, wait a minute, eat me alive. Wait a minute. He never says she or her. It's always you, me, us, we. And it was like fucking brilliant.
That's why
genius.
Mercury threw everybody off for a little while.
What's that?
He would say Mercury threw everybody off a little while because he was still half and half. You know what I mean? He was still, he was in love with a woman, but he was banging. He
looked like he looked like
the band's name is Queen.
So Freddie Mercury, when he had long hair and no facial hair, and then when he had short hair and a mustache, it always looked like two different people to me. Like, I've never seen him with short hair and no mustache. It's always short hair and mustache, or long hair and no mustache. But
I don't know. Have you ever seen him with long hair, mustache, or short hair without mustache?
Right, that's what I'm saying. So if I feel like short hair and no mustache, he probably looks just like fucking Liza Minnelli.
That's weird,
bro. I just can't get past his fucking teeth. Could you imagine getting a blowjob by that?
I'm surprised any food ever got past them teeth.
It's like going to a car wash made out of razor blades.
I can't eat. Look at these fucking chompers. I can't eat.
After a while, he was so sick, no food. He didn't want any food.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's like, when I first figured out or started thinking like there's something different about Halford. It's like when the song "Hot Rockin'" came out, and like I don't know when it came out. I'm trying to look it up right now, but like the video was him topless or shirtless, I guess, with a bunch of other shirtless guys in a gym working out and sweating together, and I was like, "There's something weird about this video."
Yeah, no.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I don't know.
we
There's
heard,
something going
like,
on
hot
here.
rocking. Supposedly, hot rocking is all about like hooking up in these saunas, where they have like the
Yeah.
hot rocks,
Oh, god damn! I never knew that.
And I don't know how
Yeah.
true it is, but
No,
that
it's
might
very
be
true.
where.
But that makes sense. Yeah. So
Yeah.
this song
My
came
old-
out
my old
in
gym.
'81. It's on the Podiumentary album.
Yeah, my old gym was one of them. It was on one of the first ones. It was on there. They had 2 saunas. I used to go in there all the time, and you wouldn't see anything, but it was on one of those in the early days of chat rooms. It was one
Okay.
of those hookup places, and it was
Ah,
called
yeah.
Lifestyles. It's a New York sports club, but it's in Lifestyles, right on Route 27, by the Metro Park train station.
Right.
Ram
And,
It
Yeah, I mean,
Ram It
you
Down
had
was
to.
another song.
You had to, like now
Rest
those things
areas.
probably don't really exist as much anymore.
No,
because
you've got Grinder and Bimble,
well,
and
that's
this
what I'm
and that.
saying. But
Yeah.
not even that. It's like it's all out in the open. Like you don't have to be like secretive about it anymore. So it's not like everything's on the down low. It's just like, yeah, I'm going to a like somebody put the Blue Oyster Bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all right. So I saw Halford do an interview about this, and I couldn't remember what song it was, but I just Googled it. So they had a song called "Raw Deal," right, from the '77 album "Sin After Sin," and like
Also known as the B-side was "No Condom."
in the song, he talks about going to a bar with dudes in denim, and the bar was called Fire Island, which was a very famous gay bar at the time, I guess in England. And nobody picked up on any of this stuff till fucking 4 decades later.
Well, Manhattan is Fire Island. That's the
that's
the big
Yeah.
go-to.
When I got well, this was specifically a bar though. But when I
there's-
got
yeah, Fire Island, yeah.
I got my tattoo. My first tattoo was the Priest logo, and at the time, "A Touch of Evil" was my favorite song off the Painkiller record. And I remember when he came out, and my buddy Tony used to break my chops and go like, "Are you gonna get that changed from touch to like a little sprinkle of evil, just a little sprinkle?" You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Just a finger of evil.
A touch of evil is when your dick hole has just a little bit of stuff coming out of it. You're like, oh, I just got a little touch of evil.
Just a touch.
It's
Yeah.
all right. I'll get
Exactly.
I still
medication.
that's still my favorite band, dude, and I don't care. I mean, I might not blow them, but it's still my favorite band.
Canadian Bacon says, I'm never going for a steam again. Let me tell you something. Back in the day when I used to work out at this other gym and I used to go there a lot. And there was a steam, like a steam room, but not a steam room, the dry
sauna.
the dry sauna. And it would have like these
hot rocks. Hot rocks room.
Yeah, we're gonna go hot rocking. And sometimes after we work out, because we would play basketball sometimes. Kenny was the gym that you came to a few times and played basketball with. And so I remember one day I was like, I just wanted to kind of go into the sauna. And I was laying down, like you can like lay down on like the bench because there was only one other guy in there on the other side. So I was like
3 layers cedar bleachers. There's like 3 layers of 3 levels of
exactly.
cedar bleachers.
So, and if somebody would have walked in, I would have gotten up and sat, and I would have
Jojo, what's funny is each layer that someone sits on, the next layer is perfect to put your hands on someone else's shoulders below you and massage you. It's like it's very comfortable to massage another man's shoulders that is below you, and it's 3 levels. So you have a whole circle jerk going on in a hot rocks room.
Yeah,
Sorry,
exactly. So I remember this one time, and I would do it there once in a while, and some of the guys that we played ball with, and we were those guys that I would still wear like shorts. Like I wasn't going naked in the fucking thing. There was no reason for it. You know what I mean? I'll wear my gym shorts because I'm still going to go take a shower afterwards. And I remember I'm laying down and
I was like, if I look to my left, I was against the wall, right? So I'm laying down. So if I look to my right, you would see the room. And there was a guy laying on the other side, and I'm just kind of looking straight up at the ceiling. But in my peripheral vision, I see like this movement. And I'm like, what's this movement? And it's this back and forth kind of blur movement. And I'm like, and I fucking look over, and the guy, I guess he's naked, and he's turned a little to the right, so he's facing the wall. And I couldn't see because he was turned, but he was fucking rubbing one out. I'm like, you couldn't do that in your fucking car, you piece of shit.
No.
You know what I mean?
In your car, like a normal person.
Yeah, do it in a fucking Target parking lot in a car, like a normal person.
You
All
couldn't
right?
have done it at ShopRite.
Exactly. You know,
I'm
you
getting
can see
this
that, or in front of a cheerleader high school fucking car wash. Like, what the fuck? What kind of piece of shit does it in a gym? And it was so. You know what? I'm gonna say it, and this is not homophobic at all. I mean this. It's like
It was so gay.
it was almost offensive in a sense where why are you fucking jerking off in a public place? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
I don't care. Even if it was a girl fingering herself. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been pissy about it, but you know what I mean?
But
It still would have been like, what are you doing?
Different. No.
Yeah, right.
Still,
right.
like,
No,
what are
same
you
idea.
doing? Why are you
Yeah.
like
If-
doing this in public? That it still
Here's
would have
the
been
thing.
that.
I'll tell you this right now. Here's the thing. When I used to go there, I would go with just a towel. Just a towel.
You could do that.
But
too.
I didn't give off. I was young, in great shape, but I didn't give off any of the vibes. You're laying down is your first mistake. You're laying down. So you're already in a vulnerable position. Okay. So I would sit there and I'd be like the thinking man, hands on my knees, just trying to get a good sweat and accomplish what I want to accomplish. And I'm out of there. So you're laying down. You're kind of taking a rest. Maybe you have your arm over your forehead or something like that. And you're in a different position. You're not accomplished. You're just taking a schwitz. You're having a schwitz. So he sees that as like, I don't know. I'm 50-50 on this Ginzo over here. He looks like he's in good shape. I just saw him playing basketball. I like the way he runs. He has good sneakers. I might give this a shot. Now I'm not gonna. Now he goes in his mind. He goes, no, I'm not gonna sit there and blatantly point it at him, but I think I'm gonna crank one. And
I'm not gonna
now
point it at him.
now he's by himself, so he's not with a friend. Because if you were with a friend in the sauna, he would have never done it because it's 2-on-1. Because if either one of you were accepting to him cranking one, both of you would be like, "The fuck you doing, dude? You don't do that fucking here." And his whistle would be blown. But he threw it out there. He was going,
No pun intended.
I really, he wasn't finished. He wasn't finished. When he was finished, then he throws it out there. So in his mind, he goes, I want to see if this
Gleason.
Gamaholic Ginzy Wop guy is ready for it. You know? So he does it so he can see the motions. You know what I mean? He's not faced to the wall like fucking shining his fingernails. You know what I mean? With a fucking emery board.
No
you know
way,
what I mean?
Dude.
He's not doing
like
that
I
motion.
Said, I was looking out the corner of my eye because I noticed it, and it kind of pissed me off. Like, it really did. And believe me, it's not a gay thing. I don't give a shit. Yeah, I'm totally
No. You're violated. I don't need I need somebody's cock out near me. If I don't want it,
look, if you're naked in the gym because you go to change your clothes and you go into the shower, I understand that. It's it's what you do. But to sit there and like actually masturbate like in public like that, it was
listen,
just
bro.
annoying.
You ever smelled cum? You ever smelled a stranger's cum in a room that's 118 degrees? Not fun. There's no way I'm in a room.
I would hope it wouldn't be fun. I'm going to guess. My guess is it's not fun.
Yeah. That guy finishes on the rocks. It's fucking go time.
He finishes on the rocks.
I'm not taking that bullshit, bro.
Finishes on
that's instant steam, bro. That's lava. That's lava hot and have come on it. Fuck that. It's go time, bro. I'll lock the door. until we're
lines
done.
lines like that are why me and Joe sometimes have the same episode title.
Yeah, yeah. Also, it sounds like it was go time way before that anyway, Kenny. It sounds like it was already going time, all right?
Yeah. But I'm not taking that shit. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Do that shit in your own time. I don't need to see that. But I could respect him for throwing it out there. You know what I mean? There's some people
Jesus Christ.
There's some people that throw it out there.
You're just full of
you
them
know.
tonight. Yeah, just throwing it out there.
There's some people just they throw it out there and just be like, you know, they have in a park, you know, like a streaker, just banks it out in front of a woman with 3 kids in a stroller, and he just sits there starting cranking it. That's off-putting. You know what I mean? You don't want to do that. You know? But if there's one guy in the sauna laying down and I'm in the sauna, I might let him know that I got a little party going on over here. Are you interested? And then you just get up and leave. But like I said, he throws it on the rocks. It's go time. But
Aku asked, at what age is it acceptable to blow dry your balls with the hand dryer? Seems to be over 55.
Yeah.
I did notice that when I used to go to this one gym, there was a lot of older guys there, and these guys love to be fucking naked. They just love to walk around naked, not being sexual or anything. You know, like you got your one foot on the ground and you got your other foot on the bench, and you're just like, you know, what's going on,
it's
Charlie? You know what I mean?
Like, around,
it's
strange.
Think about the old Romans and Greeks. They did everything naked. They'd wrestle naked.
Where the term Greek
they'd
came
hang
from.
out naked. So in a man's mind, the last bastion that he has towards the end of his life is his dick and balls. Whether they work or not, but they're hanging. Your dick hangs a little lower. Your balls hang way much lower than that, and you walk around. But I think it's law. I think it's law except for Vermont and Maine. Every other 48 states is that you cannot blow dry your balls in a loaded gym unless you are officially retired. Once you retire, you can vacuum your balls in any gym that you
I retired from wrestling 10 years ago.
They call that a skull crushing exception. If you crushed enough skulls in your life, then you can blow dry your balls before you hit AARP age.
And also because I would go to that gym at like 11:30, 12. So we were there. There was a lot of the older guys, you know, there were a bunch of young people there too, you know, on lunch and going to the gym and all that. But there was a contingency of like these older guys in their 60s and maybe even like early 70s. So it was a lot of ball powder and just like, oh my God, like that's cool. You want to walk. I mean, you don't have to cover yourself up like you're fucking 4 years old. I get it. But you know, if you want to just get into the shower and get your fucking clothes on, and then you can have the chit chat, small talk bullshit.
I don't know if you remember this, but I was there with you, and we were in the dressing room, and we weren't schwitzing or anything. And I'm like, "Did you see that guy? I mean, full fucking, full Captain Morgan stand with one leg up." Yeah. One leg up on the barrel. Fucking blow drying.
Never go full Captain Morgan.
Yeah, full Captain Morgan. Room. I'm like, you see that guy? And Joe's like, he said something like, yeah, it happens all the time. I'm like, no shit, man. There was like 6 of them. They were just sitting there. And now, think about when we have a girlfriend or a wife and you share a bathroom with a woman.
Right.
There's hair all over the place. They blow dry hair all over the place. Sisters or whatever. Just imagine you're sitting there. He's just sitting there tooling around with that fucking thing, and that shit's going all the way up in the atmosphere. Just fucking raining down on all your clothes and every flat surface that's in that bathroom, and you've got fucking old man balls in your face the whole time. And you're going, what's all over my bottle of water?
And it ain't that close.
It's stuck to the... Yeah, you've got a protein shake that dripped a little bit on the side. Now his hair, it looks like you dropped it in on a dog's ass. But it's all
like
old man ball hair.
Fucking barbershop floor.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It fills the air with his asshole, with his grundle. You know what I mean? With his grundle air. I don't need
Yeah.
to see that shit. Throw
Aku
some
said,
powder on it.
Aku said he had an old man that did that to him, I guess in the gym. He looked him dead in the eye and said, "Mine still works. Put the jewels away, Gramps."
Yeah.
It really is fucking strange, you know. It is a bit strange. Like I said, listen, my wife she loves nudity, you know, the nude beach, and I'm totally cool with all that shit, and that's completely different. But when you're like in a gym, you know, it's like the quickest part of the gym should be the part when you take your clothes off and then you get to the shower. That should be in fact, your heart rate should get up to like $130 running through the fucking locker room to get to the fucking shower. Like that should be the roughest part of a 75-year-old's fucking workout.
Hey, if you wear swim trunks to the gym, you don't even have to take them off. You just get right in the shower.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's just weird. I
Yeah,
guess,
but then you look like
You look like
an
idiot in the shower with pants on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You come out of there and your bathing still soapy. Now, we never took showers in high school,
Soapy
like in
spills.
gym or whatever.
I never did
schools
either.
went to,
shower
I never
twice.
did.
we never.
I never
So
did.
right after, I was 16, 17, I went into the military, and you had no choice. It was just a line of water spigots around 2 rooms, and I'd shower with 70 guys a night. 70 fucking dudes a night. It was dong everywhere.
But your
Man,
shower.
I thought you were
You know
going
what I mean?
I thought
and
the next word was going to be
there-
heaven.
No, there was not one even close instance that anything. We had no time. You
Right.
had to wash, otherwise you're fucked. You know what I mean? It was get the fuck out of here, fucking It wasn't like, so we did that rope climbing today, man. You looked really good. Yeah, you looked at. There was none of that. There
I
wasn't
saw
even
you
a
from
sniff.
underneath. It was beautiful.
The closest
and-
thing we had was like the guy McGee. His mom sent him a big jug of lotion, and he said it because his elbows were ashy,
Ashley.
and we caught him like 16 times jerking off in the bathroom. And we're like, dude, because he'd go there at like 3:00 in the morning and just rub one out in the stall, which had no doors, and he was just sitting there on the toilet like Full Metal Jacket when the guy kills himself. Private Pile kills himself.
Right.
Just sitting there cranking it. But there wasn't even an inkling of it. So after the Marine Corps, I couldn't care less about showering with dudes.
No,
I didn't
because
mind.
you're showering. You
See,
know what I
that's-
mean?
yeah.
You're
Yeah,
doing
I'm
what
not
you have to
strolling.
do.
Yeah.
I'm the same way, but not showering. I've been in fucking locker rooms with naked dudes since 2000 when I started wrestling.
Yeah, of course.
It's very similar, but not a lot of the places that I wrestled had showers. But we had to get changed somewhere.
Of course. And like I said, you're just changing or you're taking a shower. It's not you worked out for an hour and a half and then you get in the locker room and then you just fucking yank your clothes off like it was one giant fucking piece, like you're in a fucking Broadway play. And you're just like, ta-da, and you're like, so what do you think of the stock market? You're like, go put your fucking clothes on if you want to have a conversation with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If one little inkling happened, and the drill instructor would be like, "Get the fuck out of here!" Didn't even matter if you didn't wash your shit off. You were in bed with fucking soap in your hair. You know what I mean? That's why it was so imperative. It didn't matter what the temperature of the water was.
Yeah.
It was just like,
because you guys had time.
rinse
You only had a
off.
certain amount of time to get your shit done. Exactly.
Get your shit done and get out of there. There was no time for jerky.
Yeah.
It was that.
And Aku was asking if were you in the Navy, and then Erica actually said in the chat, no, Kenny was a Marine.
Yeah.
Kenny was in the Marines for a couple of years, right? What, 2 years?
Somehow that got
4.
removed or something.
Yeah, it was in 4 years.
Oh, okay.
94 to 98.
Yeah.
Two and a half
okay.
active and two reserve. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
That's what I meant because of the active. I thought maybe.
yeah, active and reserve. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but no, the whole
All right.
thing. I was the real deal. Real
Very
deal.
cool.
Train killer.
All right.
And the guy who knows how to shower with 78. I told them the classic shower story. Joe, I've told this story before, but I don't think I've told it on here.
Go ahead. I know.
The classic shower story.
Yep.
Where we were doing a simulated war.
6'8" black dude.
6'7" black dude. His name was Vickers. And he played LSU football. And I have a picture of him. I'll show it to you guys. It doesn't matter. He doesn't know who I am anymore. I haven't talked to him in 30 years. But he played football at LSU, but he hurt his ankle. He was friends with Shaq back in that time, late 80s. And so he goes to the Marines. And we go, and he was a good dude. And he was dark. He was like under the bed dark. You know what I mean?
Like Wesley Snipes.
Dark guy.
Under the bed, dark.
Yeah. It's a great line. I love that line. It's not mine. It's Michael Blackson. And so we go out in the woods for 3 weeks, almost a month. No showers. All you had to do was you had to wash your balls and your teeth and your armpits. You're in the dirt. You're digging holes. You're moving around just like a simulated war. No hot showers, nothing. No hot food.
Right.
You're eating MREs, the whole thing. And we make this 20-mile hump back. And it's about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. And we just did this thing. My shins are killing me. My feet are bleeding. All kinds of stuff. And then after this, we get some time off. We get a libo. We get like a 96-hour pass, and where we could just like kind of relax. So we want to get this dirt off of us. So by the time I got into the shower, because I was taking this guy McGee, same guy that jerked off, he couldn't hack it. He was crying. And if you left anybody behind,
like he could jack it, maybe not hack it.
Yeah, hack it. He wasn't hacking it. And me and one other dude, I forget what, Yearwood, I think his name was. Yearwood. If he fell behind, then we couldn't get our libo. We couldn't get our liberty. Liberty, which means go out on the town that night or the next couple of nights.
Gotcha.
We wouldn't get it because you can't leave anybody behind. So I have
never leave your buddies behind.
Hey-o.
Never. Yeah.
Hey-o.
Never leave your buddies behind. Behind, like Heine.
Yeah.
I got it.
We get it.
Wow.
Yes.
You
Never leave
that
your buddies
all by
behind.
yourself,
I should
Kenny?
have got that one faster.
Did you get help
Took
from
me a
the
little bit,
chat
but
room with that one? Is that how you did it?
Exactly. So anyway, I've got 200 pounds of pack, 2 rifles. Me and this guy here, we're getting back there. Anyways, so I'm one of the last ones in the shower. There's me and 5 other white guys, my size, my height, and Vickers. And the showers were one pole that came down, and then about 7 shower heads in a circle. You know what I mean? Like a chandelier from the ceiling. Came down.
Right.
Chandelier from the ceiling, and then 7 heads around there. And each one had a knob for hot and cold. There was no hot water. It was cold water.
Oh,
so
geez.
I'm sitting there, and I got the bar of soap. I'm going under my armpits and my balls. And under my balls, I feel the thing, and I'm pulling off deer ticks. Tiny deer ticks. The size of a sesame seed. If that's a big one. You know what I mean? They're in my armpits, and I'm like, dudes.
Yeah.
I'm like, check your shit. I got them all over the place, and I'm sitting there and I'm picking them out. You know what I mean? I'm going all over the thing. I'm checking, but everything. And he goes, oh shit, Vickers is right there, and Vickers is 6'7". So standing tall, his dick's on my shoulder, pretty much. You know what I mean? That's how tall this guy is.
Right.
And he goes, hey, listen, man, I'm not gonna think of anything different than you motherfuckers. But check my asshole for deer ticks, man. And the motherfucker bends over. And there's me and 4 other white dudes
all looking like this. They're all going, all right, let me see if I can see that.
Yes.
They're like looking up
Yeah. It was like,
kind of looking to his butthole.
It wasn't like we were seeing a solar eclipse. We were squinting our eyes. We were investigating. We're like, no, you look pretty good. No, okay, yeah. We were like, holy shit. So I guess for a black guy, he had a nice sphincter, but he had no deer ticks on it.
Well, yeah. Listen, as long as food passes through there.
But you also couldn't see the deer ticks past the sphincter skin, because the sphincter skin is like their hands or lips, where a black person's palms are different color than their on top of their
actually
hands.
The same color as like a regular like a
Right,
white
and
person.
their lips,
A regular guy.
their lips are
regular person.
I was saying regular white person, like not counting me because I'm Italian. I'm not kind of I'm not really regular white person.
but a black guy's asshole is just like his lips. It's different colors. So you couldn't really, unless I had a light, I couldn't get too deep on Vickers.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
sorry that I'm here to hear that.
Yeah, it sucks. So I guess you had a real shallow conversation.
Hey, that was a dark joke, buddy.
Zing.
That's a dark one.
Yeah,
I really dug for that one. Hey-oh.
That one was even shittier.
Yeah. And hey, listen, we went out afterwards and had some good times.
I'm sure you did.
It was.
Yeah.
Thanks
he was a good dude.
Thanks for checking for deer ticks, pal.
Thanks for looking at my ass, bud.
Thanks for checking for deer ticks.
In 10 years, I'm going to be hanging out with Shaquille O'Neal.
Hold on.
Conte.
Hey, Shawnee, can I send you something? And you pop it in there?
As long as it's not a picture of his butthole.
No.
This is what we were looking at in the shower in the woods that day.
Yeah, all of a sudden it looks like B-roll or fucking deleted footage from the Blair Witch Project, and you're like, what the fuck is this? You're like, no, this is what Kenny was looking at to try to find deer ticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you're not sending me any solar eclipses, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, I think
No.
I agree.
No, it's
I agree.
so you guys know who I'm talking. So you guys know that I'm not bullshitting. I have a face to the butthole. You know what I mean? I have a face to the sphincter.
Well, you do, but
Canadian bacon. A black guy's butthole is justice, just like his lips. Is that what Kenny said? He's like, you should clip that.
Yeah, I don't know when he said that. I don't know. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, and I got something. Ken, you want to check my throat? I got something caught in there. You want to see if there's any in my throat?
Yeah. Hey, I'm not going to think anything differently.
No, you're not.
I know you're a throat specialist.
Inspector Gadget.
All right, what are we doing?
Shawnee, what are you waiting for?
I just got it.
Oh, you sent him something?
Oh, yeah. Are we waiting for Kenny to fucking send a text in real time?
Well, the problem is that he's got to get it, and then he has to take it and then put it on the on the computer.
It's 8:15, and we ain't got.
And then Shawnee, I sent you another one. It's on the same day. This is where we were. This is how true the story.
Can we use this guy's picture as the episode cover?
Oh, I don't know, but let's see are you sending him pictures? I want to see this.
Yeah. This is the guy. This is the guy.
And is that you?
Who's the guy on the left?
That's my friend Zakel. That's my bunkmate, Zakel. Yeah.
So that's him on the right.
Dark. Yep.
Yeah.
And Zakel was 6'5". Zakel was about 6'4" himself.
I was gonna say, yeah, they're both
white guy left.
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
cool,
cool,
man.
man.
And that's
I like that big knife right there and that big bullet belt.
You kept in touch with any of them, dude? Is there any that you still?
The only one is this guy Tim, and he's from Edison, same town, and we went to boot camp and school together. He's the only one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty wild,
a couple
man.
of guys from my other unit. I'm on Facebook friends. But
oh, okay.
Hey, Shawnee, can you pop up that other one? It's the same day. I have a better one with bullets all around my neck.
Is there any? I was gonna say, is there any picture of you from back then?
Hey.
There it is. There he is.
That looks nothing like
Kenny.
What were you, like 19?
You look more like the guy in the last picture, the white one.
I was 17.
You were 17.
Yeah. That looks
17.
nothing like you, dude. Holy shit.
That's crazy, dude. Well,
Yeah, bro.
if he didn't have the hat, if he didn't have his helmet on, you would recognize him more. But I can totally see that it's Kenny. It's a great fucking picture. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
What is that? A TP made with a garbage bag? Like what the fuck was that thing?
I had to guard the rifles because they had to go do something, so you couldn't bring your rifles. So I was standing rifle guard. So a guy had a camera and was like, dude, let me take a picture of it. I'm like, fuck yeah. So of course you put on. It's like in jail when they they kneel and put like the peace sign up. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm like, let me get my fucking rifle.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's another picture somewhere with I have see how my friend Zakel had all the bullets around his neck? I have that one also of me. Because we were passing them around and we were shooting off like these massive.
Yeah, too bad one of them didn't go into your neck.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and ended real fast. Should have ended it back then. But yeah, that's good times with
cool.
The anus.
That was a cool picture, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, maybe we'll use that for the episode. Speaking of, Shawnee, I think we are ready for our final bit, which is what the hell do we call this episode? Do you want to
let's go
play the intro and then we'll go from there.
How do you do? David Ingram here from the death metal band Benediction, formerly of Metal Breakfast Radio, and I might get back to that at some point in the future, but I don't know. And now, the Conte and Kenny Show, after more than an hour of utter nonsense and stupidity, you can believe it, asks the question, what the hell do we call this episode?
All right. Cool. All right. And Shawnee, do you have the music you can play while we're there we go. Very cool. I think this is all right. Okay. It's fucking great. All right, I got one. It's a phonism. Yeah, phonism.
What's that? I don't know what that's from.
Yeah, that was Kenny talking about the phone, and he's calling it a phonism. So,
how old are we that the whole screen is black and white now?
I like it. Yeah, we're all acting very old.
All right, my first one is 1877 Ken for kids.
That's great.
It's from Joe's line.
Oh shit. Then there's Bellism, Alexander Graham Bell, because he was like, yeah. So
I don't remember what this is. I don't remember what this is from, but Kenny's Burger.
Oh yeah, because we were talking about how good it looked. I think
it doesn't look good anymore. Now it's just gray.
Yeah, it's in black and white. Dick Van Dyke Island, which I think is very funny.
Damn, my next one is Dick Van Dyke Island.
Dick Van Dyke Island. Go ahead. What do you got?
Same thing. That's it. That's my next one.
Oh, I'm saying, you got another one?
Yeah, the pimp outfit.
Yeah, I have the purple pimp pants, which is very cool.
I have perfect purple pimp pants.
Perfect purple pimp
I should get all the P's in there.
That's great.
There you go.
I got finishing on the rocks, which is sounds like an interesting drink. What would you like, sir? Give me some finishing on the rocks.
That's one of mine too. I also have in quotes, "It's so the goat will push back."
Yes, I have throwing it out there, which yeah, we all know what fucking Kenny was talking about, throwing it out there.
My next one is feeling a little victimy.
Feeling a little victimy.
Yeah. I like that one.
Go ahead, because there's some in the chat room too. So after we're done, I'm going to read some of the ones in the chat room. Then I have tie your balls in a knot, which is quite humorous, right? And
I have. Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
My next one is with a question mark at the end. Rob Halford is gay?
Looking towards the sky to see the butthole. That would be the other one we were talking about. Let me see.
I have Canadian bacon, just black guy's asshole, which is kind of it's kind of right there. Joey, do you have any more?
Oh yeah, I have a couple more. Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
have, Dr. Kenny's testicular laws.
Full Metal Sauna from Canadian bacon.
I have a similar one, Full Metal Michaels.
Full Metal Michaels. I love that. That's great.
I have his dick's on my shoulder.
His dick's on my shoulder.
I only have two more.
Go ahead.
Full Captain Morgan.
Full Captain Morgan. I like that.
And then my last one is in quotes. For a black guy, he had a nice sphincter. That's gonna make people go, "What the hell is this about?"
Yeah, really.
Hey, Shoney, I just sent you one more. Can you pop that one in before we go?
How about one you would call "Don't Drop the Deer Ticks"? All right, what do you got? What you got? Another picture, real quick.
We will in a second.
Oh, okay.
Is it going to be in black and white or color?
Anybody else has something? Coup censored. Canadian Bacon said Halford would have liked that picture. That's kind of true.
Which one with the black guy? There we go.
Yeah.
Now we're in black and white, and everything else is in color. Oh, there we go.
Oh shit.
We all pop up in color one at a time. That burger looks really good.
I like feeling victimy.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little
Victimy.
Don't finish on the
Kenny's
rocks.
feeling victimy.
Finish on the rocks. It's go time. I'm feeling victimy.
You know what? I just thought of his dick's on my shoulder. Reminds me of you ever see the interview that Bobby Uecker did with Andre the Giant from WrestleMania?
No, but I love Bob.
Andre
Uecker.
the Giant's hand was as big as Euchre's entire head. He could put his whole hand over. So he's doing an interview, and Andre puts his hand on his shoulder, and Euchre's talking, and he goes, "How about getting your foot off my shoulder?" And the joke was, it's his fucking hand.
Right. Oh, that's great.
Uecker was a pisser, man.
And they told Uecker, like, we're not going to give you any lines. You just come out with, just say whatever's on your mind at the time. And that's what he came out with.
It was awesome.
That was the first joke he made. And it's like one of the most famous clips when you watch like WWF stuff or WWE stuff. It's like one of the most famous clips is him saying, "Why don't you get your foot off my shoulder?"
That's great. Yeah, Uecker was great.
You could see it. And they were asking, they were like, "Hey, can you zoom in on him? Here is the zoomed in picture.
Now I can
Look
tell.
at that fucking baby face. Look at him. Holy shit. That's a nice scarf you had there. That looks comfortable. Holy shit.
See the early morning napalm mist in the morning.
Yeah, and all the points at the end of the bullets are pointing at you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
they all knew which way to go. Look at that face. Look at that baby.
You can't bend it the other way.
The fucking baby. Look at him.
He's thinking right there in that picture. I can't wait to meet Joe Conte.
Yeah.
I was saying the same thing. I hope I never meet Kenny Michaels.
That's the episode cover right there.
Oh my God, look at that picture. Holy shit. That
in
might
8
be
or
the
9
cover.
years, my life is going to change.
Look at that. That fucking
That's hilarious right there.
we might have to. That might be the cover. That might be the cover on the YouTube.
The new cover of the new cover of the thing altogether. The whole show. Not just this episode, the entire show.
Oh, okay, maybe the whole thing. And then we put a picture of you in the right hand side. Get you like something. Looking that way, which would be perfect. All right, cool. Well, let's get out of here, Shawnee. If you want to start playing the music, of course, we want to thank all of you for listening, all of you in the chat room, all of you who don't email us, all of you who don't fucking leave a voicemail, all of you who listen in podcast. Please leave us a voicemail, 572-888-6116. And
it doesn't have to be funny or anything. Ask us a question if you want.
Yeah, or just saying, hey, man, I just found you guys, or I used to listen to you a long time ago, and whatever. Yeah. Definitely. And don't forget, if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, give the episode a quick like, subscribe to the channel, and then click on the notification bell so you never miss a live show. Thank you to our producer, Shawnee. If you want to like our Facebook page, Instagram, TikTok, all my social media, and I put up content every day. If you go to my link tree, it's Joe Conte. And Joey's social media, his link tree is Real Joey Image, and you can get all of his
Mine
shit.
is noneyourbusiness.com.
None of your business. Yeah. Bensonhurst 37741. That's fucking Kenny's
Winchester
Kenny's phone
7024.
Exactly. All right, everybody.
Connection
Thank you.
8442.
Yes, all of you in the chat and any of you listening, thank you so much. Patty, Canadian Bacon, Aku, Erica, Polite John, Drew P. Ballis. A lot of you are in there tonight.
Katie
Thank you.
Smith. Katie Smith in the chat room says hi. Sorry, Katie.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drew P.
Sorry,
Balls.
Katie Smith, but we are
Drew P.
done.
Balls.
So thank you, everybody. And we end every show the same exact way. Our pal, the late, great Otto Peterson, would always say goodbye, and that is take care.